What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, the channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss how feelings will prevent you from gaining wealth or building wealth. So once again, thank you to all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing these videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So once again, I'm going to have to talk loud because this rush hour traffic is coming through. It's actually kind of late in the morning. It's almost 9 o'clock on a Monday, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Maybe folks make it to work at 9, but I mean, there's not a lot of jobs that make a lot of money around here. So I don't know what's going on, but anyways, I'm going to try to talk as loud as possible so I get this message out, all right? So let's get into it. So why do I say that your feelings will prevent you from gaining wealth or building wealth? Well, it's very simple. Most folks that have built wealth had did it off of logical and sound decisions, not off of erratic feelings, right? So I'm not saying for you not to use your intuition when it comes to certain moves you make as far as money, but I mean, there's just a whole plethora of problems that come with using your feelings to build wealth. Let me make this example. So me and my wife, right? So I said in a previous video that, you know, your wife can help you build wealth, right? Having a wife can help you build wealth. And that's true, at least in my opinion and what I have experienced in my life. She has been a treasure when it comes to me building wealth and building myself as a man and as a husband, you know what I'm saying? She didn't really necessarily teach me anything, but her support is what drove me to be a better person as a whole, right? So let's say me and my wife get into an argument, right? It could be about anything, you know, so it could be about, you know, the kids. It could be about, you know, money, because like I said in a previous video, you know, one of the main reasons for divorce is money, over money. It could be about anything, right? So me and my wife get into an argument about whatever. And, you know, she gets upset, I get upset, and we got to close on a mortgage within 2 days, right? But me and her ain't even talking. And I'm keeping the same energy that she's keeping when it comes to her being mad at me, right? And, you know, I got to say it once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, us as men have to control our emotions. We have to control our feelings, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on 100, she's on 100. We got to close this mortgage in 2 days. So what happens? You know what I'm saying? Stuff get messed up. You know, we may have to tell the person, hey, we can't do it right now because we're not talking. We may not put our business out there like that, but, you know, I mean, it's running into so many problems. Like, basically, me being upset at my wife and keeping the same energy that she has is holding me back from a dream, from getting a house, right? That makes no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about me and my wife. So, in the 19 years that we've been married, I can count on one hand how many times that me and her actually have gone back and forth in an argument. And I mean, and I really can't even say we really had a really serious argument before. You know what I'm saying? Like we've argued over stuff that was pretty serious, as far as like, you know, stuff that actually will, you know, compromise our core value, core beliefs on both parts. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had some arguments that actually was almost to the point where we could have been divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna keep that real and 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I would have went through with it, but any other couple going through these arguments probably would have thrown in the towel. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful to the Lord that me and my wife have been able to stay together as long as we have, because, you know what I'm saying? Because the enemy don't like marriage. The enemy does not like people to be together as far as companionship. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Because when a man and a woman marry and they're rooted in Christ, that's kingdom building. That's a team. You know, the heavens are actually praising, you know what I'm saying? And they're celebrating because there's two people in Christ that have come together to build the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And the enemy don't like that. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But circling back to what I was saying about as far as like, you know, feelings can prevent you from building wealth, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving that example of how, as a husband, your feelings could mess money up, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I couldn't see myself in a situation like where I'm giving that same energy to my wife, and I'm like, hey, I'm not even gonna sign this mortgage right now because I'm mad at my wife. That sounds ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? One thing we have to do when it comes to us being men, whether we have a partner, a female partner, or a husband, we have to give our wives and our girlfriends room to work out their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Without us giving them the same energy. We cannot do that. Somebody has to be the same person in this. You know what I'm saying? Men and women are not the same. Women are very emotional beings. You know what I'm saying? So if my wife gets very upset at me, and you know she's a Christian woman, so she don't really cuss me or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but she has a temper. You know what I'm saying? She can get angry and get upset. You know what I'm saying? But I cannot give her the same energy, because all that's gonna do is just make things a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? I have to be the person that can preserve my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I think I said this in a previous video. Men that are emotional are very dangerous men. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're saying is that you don't have self-control at all. You know what I'm saying? My wife could call me every book and what? You know what I'm saying? Like, she could call me out of my name. She could do all those things. I'm not saying she would do that. I'm just saying that if she was that type of person, there's nothing that I can say to myself that would tell me that I need to go and call her out her name or do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna be transparent. Have I done that before? Yes. However, it was very early in our marriage, and there was a lot of things about being a husband I didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was very immature. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got married at 26, I did not know how to treat a wife. I did not know how to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? And I never really had a serious temper with my wife. You know what I'm saying? But there's been a couple of times where, once again, circling back to those arguments where I said that it was very intense and we went back and forth. The times that I did say some stuff that was out the way was during one of those arguments. You know what I'm saying? And once I really understood, you know, that concept of like, I needed to protect my wife and not give her the same energy that she gives me when it comes to emotions, that's when things started getting a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Now, do we still have arguments? Sure we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people are different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how much of a soulmate you think you have. And I'm not saying you don't have your soulmate. I'm just saying that, you know, humans in general are different. You know what I'm saying? So you can have 90% of things that you and your wife are comparable with, but that 10% is always going to show is always going to show its rearing head more than the 90% a lot of times, especially if that 10% is something that really gets on your wife's nerves. That's just the way it is, you know what I'm saying? But wrapping this thing up, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that your emotions will prevent you from building wealth is because when you're angry, you don't think straight. You don't think clear. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that if you want to really work with money and actually know how money works, you cannot be in a space where you're angry and upset at people, especially your partner. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I know for myself, when my wife is upset with me, it messes me up like the entire day. It just does. You know what I'm saying? Now, there have been some things my wife been upset at that I'm sitting here like, I can't believe she got upset about that. Like, that is nothing. that is small stuff. That is something that's not even worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? But you have some women that they really have a bad temper and they really have things getting on their nerves really easily. They have a short fuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my wife is like that. I'm just saying there's a lot of women out there that are like that. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that when your wife or your girlfriend, they get upset at one thing and that's not resolved, and then something else comes up, it compounds things. It's like a building block. You know what I'm saying? There's blocks that keep building on and on. You know what I'm saying? There's 2 or 3 things that she got pissed off at you about that was not resolved. So now the 4th thing comes along. Now the brick's about to fall because now she's about to go off. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm talking about that particular aspect because I want men to understand, you know, how your emotions can navigate through your wife's emotions in order for you not to become that person, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to reserve yourself. You have to be able to have self-control. You have to be able to understand what's going on and make a logical decision about how you're going to approach your wife or your girlfriend when it comes to, negative feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I read a long time ago when it comes to a job, right? If you get really upset at your boss or somebody at the job, and you really want to, type a nastygram to to whoever that upset you. You type it up, you get it about 5 minutes, you read the whole thing, get it about 5 minutes, and then delete it. You know what I'm saying? I can almost promise you that by the time you read the whole thing and then take about 5 minutes and ponder what you typed, if you're a sane person, you're not going to send that email. You know what I'm saying? Because that was all emotion. That was all emotion. That was raw emotion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, you know, women don't understand how dangerous men are when they become emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that women can't be dangerous. I'm not saying that at all. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's a reason why there's more men murderers than women murderers. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why in war, it's men that go to war, not women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's men have very strong barbaric emotions when it comes to being angry and when it comes to being upset. And there's no way you're gonna be able to build wealth having those feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, alpha males can, to a certain degree, have those type of feelings, but even they cannot be that intensive with it and still be able to build wealth the right way. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to make logical and sound decisions when it comes to money and when it comes to other things in your life to build wealth, because building wealth doesn't necessarily is contained to money. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of other things. It could be your family. It could be relationships with family members. It could be with your kids. You know what I'm saying? It could be with your job. Anything. You know what I'm saying? It all ties up into a 360 circle. You know what I'm saying? Money is one aspect of building wealth, but there's so many other things that go with building wealth that helps you build that monetary wealth, if that makes any sense. So I hope I didn't really belabor the actual topic when it comes to like me going back and forth between women's feelings and men feelings. I'm on a tree right now, so I don't do any edits. That was like one of the biggest ants I think I've ever seen in my life. It was a red ant too, so I tried to get it off my arm as best I could. But I'll tell you, man, not doing edits on videos be having me looking crazy sometimes. Be having me saying stuff crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't scaled my channel that much enough to be able to do a lot of edits, you know what I'm saying? So this is raw and uncut, you know what I'm saying? I might as well be doing this live, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna cut anything out. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I look crazy trying to knock that ant off my arm, but hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna do this. We still gonna do this channel, and we still gonna get money. But to sum it up, you know what I'm saying? Feelings would prevent you from building wealth, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying for you to be a robot. I'm not saying for you to be a person that can just weather any type of storm, you know what I'm saying? Like, men do have feelings, you know what I'm saying? And there are ways for you to navigate those feelings. But you need to navigate them. You don't need to hold them in, you know what I'm saying? Navigate them. Don't blow up, you know what I'm saying? Figure out a way to desensitize yourself to a certain degree, and then be able to not have those emotions rule you, and not have those emotions put you in a situation to where you cannot build wealth, because you have to make sound and logical decisions when it comes to money. You just have to do that. All right. So once again, feelings will prevent you from building wealth. You know what I'm saying? Navigate those feelings and be the best person you can when it comes to building wealth. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. I endeavor to keep pushing videos out to give you leverage to better yourselves. Finance, Fitness, and Folk. Triple F. I'm gone.